Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? So today is just an ordinary day. My husband is on his last vacation day, so today we're trying to get as much done as we possibly can. There's so much in my head that I want to do today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it all done. But I also want to do some self-care because this hair is a mess. I have not gotten a haircut in like over 4 years. I usually just trim it myself, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. But I want to do my makeup first. This is what my hair is looking like. I actually washed it yesterday and it's getting pretty long. And I was actually thinking about transferring or claiming my rewards on Fetch Rewards because I have like 55,000 points on there. I have enough to get a basic haircut and a style from Ulta if I really wanted to. And I was really close to going, but I chickened out at the last minute because I really want to save those points for Amazon to buy myself a new vacuum. So it's like, do I want a vacuum or do I want a haircut? I think I'm going to stick with a vacuum. Basically, all I'm going to do is just chop off the dead ends, straighten my hair, and try to make it look somewhat healthy again so that I don't damage it any more than it already is. So I'm just gonna start sectioning it off. So I try to get a small layer in the back. I just clip it. See if you can see any split ends on there. It's pretty dry. And I'm gonna be straightening this hair. And after I'm done straightening it, then I'm gonna trim it. And I'm just going to snip off. And I'm going according to how my hair grows. And already you can see a difference. I'll even like go like this and I'll clip like this, all the ends that are splitting up all the way down. So now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do this side and I'm just going to clip off all the pieces that are flipping upwards. You could already see the difference between this side and this side. You see it? Okay, so I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side that I did on the other side, and I'm just gonna work in sections. I tried to cut down this process as short as possible, but this did take me about an hour, maybe a little longer to do from start to finish. It is definitely not something that you could do very quickly, so make sure you have time to do it. And it was just basically something I wanted to show you that I do in case you guys want to try it out for yourself. I'm not saying that this is the correct way to do it. I am by far a hairdresser. I'm just simply a mom who is trying to save some money, who cuts her hair regularly. I probably do this every 3 to 4 months or so, and it's just basically to cut off any of the split ends and make sure that the hair doesn't get any more damage than it already is. And it's also a way for me to be able to grow my hair out long. I've cut my hair pretty short in the past, and every single time that I do, I always regret it because every time I go get it cut at a salon, they always want to chop it all off because they want to do a style cut. Long hair, there's really not a whole lot you can do. There's not a whole lot of style that they can create, and the longer your hair is, the less volume there is because of the weight of your hair. And being that I have hypothyroidism, I'm pretty lucky to even have hair this long, so I try to enjoy it as much as possible, especially since my hair changes color over time. The older I get, the darker it's gonna get. When I was little, my hair was platinum white, and as I grew, it got blonder and blonder, and now it's like a dishwater blonde, and I could tell that it's developing darker colors, like it's starting to turn like a dark gray in between the brown. So I have many different colors of hair, and I really enjoy watching my hair change as I age. It's just something that I've always liked, and that's why I've never dyed it. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. So the only thing that I hate about this hair is that this side is nice and flat. This side, it always has like a bump. It's volume that I can never get straightened. So it has that V shape that I always go for. It's usually because I layer the front. I don't layer the backs because I don't know how. The backs? The back. I never layer the back because I don't know how. But that's pretty much it. And now my hair feels soft and shiny and refreshed. But this is all going back up into a ponytail. I always have to have some kind of bow or hair tie in my hair. It just feels like it completes the look, you know? I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to go out and check on my husband and see where he's at, because he's been in the garage for a couple of hours now, and I just want to see what progress he's made. We're just starting to bring things back into the garage and set it up to make it look like a little lounge. Eventually, we want to set up a little bar area in here, but for now, we're just enjoying our garage the way it is, and we want to decorate it with all of our old things that we used to store in here. Okay, so obviously there's not a whole lot to do in this room, but I am going to start here. This is going to be a lot harder for me to make their beds now that I have to climb all the way up here. But I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot easier for the beds to stay intact because of this mesh around the bed. So it shouldn't get messed up. And my kids don't like to sleep underneath the bed covers anyway. They like to sleep on the top with an extra blanket. So I won't have to do this very often. Woo! This was a lot harder than I thought. I should have just left it the way it was. This is a workout. I thought I already worked out today. I'm actually kind of sad. I miss their beds on the floor because I was able to see their stuffed animals. I was able to, it cheered me up anytime I walked into the room and I saw their stuffed animals sitting on their bed. It cheered me up. Now I can't see them anymore. Son's bed looks okay, so I'm not going to really do that because I kind of feel like it was not necessary. So I know that this is totally random, but someone was questioning about the mattress cover that's on my son's bed. So I'm going to take off the cover so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is definitely not on the same day that I did this, but I decided to put it in here because I'm not going to be able to create an entire video to show you what I used on here.
Oh, Gingy is scared. Come.
It's okay, but basically he has a memory foam mattress, so I put a cover over his mattress so that it keeps the bed kind of cooler and he's not sleeping directly on the foam mattress. This mattress cover, I think we got it at Walmart. It is a twin size, obviously. It's made out of fabric, and then on the side it has like a mesh. This is not a waterproof cover. It's just used to keep the mattress from getting too hot because he does have a memory foam mattress. This belonged to my stepdad's mom. It's a medical bed, but he uses it as his own mattress. It's a really nice one, but like I said, it gets a little warm, so we put this on here, and it's definitely not waterproof, so it's not to help kids from wetting the bed. But if you did really need something to help keeping your kids' beds from being soiled because they frequently wet the bed, I can suggest that you guys can either get diapers for your children at nighttime, especially if they're younger, like 5 or 6. You might be able to find some pull-ups that will fit them. You might even be able to use adult-sized diapers, but they do have pads that you could put on your bed or on your kid's bed that is waterproof. They sell them at Walmart. They are a little bit more on the pricey side, but they are a lot more durable and better quality. The reason why we stopped using them was because my daughter would frequently tear them, and I think it was because it was really uncomfortable. The material was made out of like I don't know what kind of material you would call it, but it made like a lot of noise. And when she slept, she probably just didn't like the way it felt, so she was trying to constantly rip them off. So instead, we would go to the Dollar Tree. They do sell covers at the Dollar Tree that do help, and it's made out of like a plasticky material. And the ones from Walmart are machine washable. The ones from the Dollar Tree, they're not machine washable, but you can wipe them down if they had like an accident, or you just replace it. And then sometimes we would actually put doggy mats underneath that as well for extra protection. But in my experience, my second son never really had a problem wetting the bed. But my oldest son, he wet the bed up until he was in 2nd grade, and he also wet himself while he was in school. And you just gotta develop some patience. You know, boys might be a little harder than girls. My daughter, she would wet the bed up until she was about 5, going into 6 years old, and then she finally just learned how to get up and use the restroom. The only advice that I can give you is just make them feel as comfortable as possible, make them feel as safe as possible, and just help them get through it, and eventually they'll grow out of it. I have so many stuffed animals. I actually had found this case that you buy that looks like a beanbag chair, but you stuff it with stuffed animals or pillows or clothes or whatever, and you could use it as like a beanbag chair. So eventually I am going to get them one of those to put down here, and eventually we do want to get a desk to put here too so that they have somewhere to work. But for now, I'm like really happy with all the extra space that they have. I am hoping that I'm going to be able to keep this room this way for a while. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed. All right, let's go back to my room. I have these pillows too. I saved them for the stuffing. The zipper on this is broken, so I have no use for these. But see how her pillow is so thin and not fluffy? Well, it had a hole in it in here. So I want to fill it up. So I'm going to take the inserts from here, and then I just repurposed the stuffing from the two little pillows and stuffed them into my daughter's pillow. I don't know what happened to her stuffing. I don't know if she opened the pillowcase and took the stuffing out because she wanted to see what was inside. I have no idea. I just know that when I went to go and wash them, my washing machine was full of stuffing all on the inside. So I had to pull all of that stuffing out, and then I realized how tiny her pillow was. So I was kind of glad that I found these pillowcases or these pillows that had extra stuffing, because it actually worked out really perfect, and the stuffing on the inside was really soft, and it was just enough to fill up this one pillowcase. And I'm just glad that I kept them, because I almost did throw those away, but I was like, oh, you know what, I could probably use those. And because I have, these great, excellent skills in sewing, I figured might as well put them to use and fill up her pillow instead of buying a new one, because buying new ones are a little expensive. If I wanted to, I could buy, or if I had an extra pillowcase, I could cover this pillowcase and sew it shut so that it's, nicer quality. I'm not going to worry about that. I honestly don't know what made me do this part, but I decided that I would go ahead and fill up my son's pillow too. So I literally cut a hole into his pillowcase and stuffed it with some of the stuffing from his Paw Patrol large pillow that he had. My daughter had one too, but it got really smashed down, and so I ended up tossing that one. I wish I would have kept the stuffing out of it now that I'm thinking about it, because it could have come in handy. Although for some reason the stuffing in those pillows are a lot stiffer, so it was a lot harder to get it out, but it ended up working out, and now I have leftover for another project. I am going to save this because there's a lot more cushion in here. So I'm going to put it in my storage, and I think later on, some other time, not today, I'm going to use them for my living room pillows to fluffen them up a little bit more. One of the light bulbs went out in my fan, my ceiling fan, so I want to replace it. It's not really going to add much light, but any little bit of light's going to help. Oh, that's really tight. I can't get that off. I'm going to have to get some help. To do in here, but I do want to wipe down the countertops, and I'm also going to replace the towel. Okay, so now I'm getting into the bulk of all of my maintenance cleaning. I'm basically just going to be working on any surface that I see dust. So the majority of this video is dusting and sweeping and vacuuming and stuff like that. I'm the kind of person that really just enjoys having a tidy house. So the majority of my house is pretty clean. I mean, I did have some things that I needed to put away, and I did do a lot of spring cleaning this year, and a lot of the projects that I had are almost done. I have so much more that I could do, but I needed to take a break from that because a lot of my regular house cleaning went behind. And so now it's just time to clean all the mirrors and dust all the surfaces and take care of the quick essential things. Although this did take me almost, like a full 24 hours to finish, maybe a little bit longer, because there was just so much dusting to do. And we live out here in the desert where it gets really, really dusty and pretty quickly. I can't dust fast enough. It just comes so quickly. In fact, I recorded this video last week and it is already time for me to do it all over again. Maybe not on every surface, but on most surfaces. It gets dusty so fast, especially the floors. And most of it is around the entrance, like our front door. But a lot of times the dust gets tracked into the kitchen and the living room. So I am constantly sweeping and vacuuming. Emily, it's time to wake up. Where you at? I can't see you. Emily. Emily. There you are. Good morning. Hi, Christian. Time to get ready for school, okay? The next day, yesterday, we just wanted to enjoy the rest of his time off, so we went out for a late breakfast, early lunch, and we enjoyed our time together. And then after that, we got the kids home from school, we colored together, we played some Mario Brothers, and we cooked dinner, and that was it. That was pretty much the rest of our day yesterday. So now I'm getting a fresh new start. It's about 10:15 in the morning. I did my normal routine. I'm just gonna insert some old footage. I could have just like snuck it in there and acted like that was my morning routine, but this is actually something that I did a couple of videos ago that I never was able to put into my routine, but it's kind of like a similar thing what I would do in the mornings before I take the kids to school. I always try to sneak in little things to get a head start before I actually do the bulk of my cleaning. Just a ponytail? Okay. And this is what I do when I don't have any big projects to do. Like, there are some things that I really want to do. I really want to tackle my baking closet. I want to get in there so bad. And I'm trying not to distract myself from going in there and reorganizing, but that's something that I want to do when I want to focus only on that. I am going to get started where I left off yesterday. But before I do that, I happen to notice that my mirror is leaving some streaks. I hope that you could see this on camera. I'm trying to get a good angle here. The Windex is just not cutting it. And no, it's like strictly Windex. And there's no, it's not a multi-purpose cleaner. But I really want to try and get this streak free. So I'm going to try some rubbing alcohol to help get those scuffs off. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I actually have these sanitizing alcohol wipes. I want to see if this will help. Oh, it's like really wet. Oh no, that made it way worse. Okay, let's use straight up rubbing alcohol. So I got some rubbing alcohol in here. Let's see if that helps. Let's see how that looks once it dries. For now, I'm gonna try and clean these paw prints off my mirror here. When I was decorating for my 80s birthday party, I put this underneath my bed, and the cats love to go underneath there. So they were walking all over this mirror, and I'm just now able to get to it. I kind of liked them. I almost wanted to keep them, but no. Well, it worked good for this mirror. I'm gonna have to look for a different Windex because these mirrors are obviously not great for Windex. Well, that looks a lot better. What do you guys think? Can you see any scuffs on there? Can you see any cat prints? I don't think so. I think it looks good. That's my mom. She was probably about 26 or 27 there. I'm not really sure. I don't know if that was before me or after me. Very pretty. I love this picture. It worked for that mirror. I don't know why this mirror is different. Okay, now I can get back to work on cleaning my desk area, and I know that I get a little sidetracked. I can't help myself because once I saw this area, I had to clean it out. For one, it had to be dusted. I mean, you could see the dust, so I was like, okay, let me just clean this area. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I might as well just organize this area because I really needed to get these big bins off the floor, and I wanted to just touch up this one area. So I did get a little sidetracked. Just bear with me, guys. It took me about an hour to do all this, but it was something that I really needed to do. I mean, part of it is the dusting, and two, getting it off the floor kind of helps the living room look a little bit more tidy. So once I was finished with all this, I felt like the living room looked a lot more clean, and I felt better afterwards. So sometimes you just need to do a little bit extra. So while I was organizing these and I was putting my paper trays in here, they don't fit two at a time, just like stuffing them in there. So I had to put one in and then go in underneath and fit the top in. And I feel completely satisfied knowing that I decluttered this area and I was able to put some things away, and I'll be able to get to this kind of stuff later on.
The girl who ran Mostly Believe was Julie said the word mama once more, and she tried to say something else with the phone.
Speaking of getting things done, this is just a prime example for you guys. I have taken so much time to create this video. Editing alone, I've been doing it off and on, days at a time, just trying to get it done whenever I have time to fit it in. There's just so much to do as a mom. Like right now, I have so many things on my brain. I have a cake that I gotta start that's due this weekend. I got dinner to prep for tonight while looking around the house and seeing that there's cleaning that needs to be done. Videos that I need to plan for next week, while knowing that in another few weeks from now I need to start planning for my son's Christian's birthday, and then Emily's is soon after that. Plus I want to plan a summer party video, all the while trying to figure out when my next balloon popping video is going to be. I also need to go grocery shopping and try to stay in my caloric budget and my grocery budget. So you see, like, I may seem so cool, calm, and collective, but my brain is always thinking about my next job. And sometimes I'm juggling 3 tasks all at the same time, but somehow I manage to fit it all in, and it makes me feel perfect for this job, because if I didn't do it, who will? A mom's job is never done, and we don't have a time clock that we can just clock out at the end of the day. We are on the job 24/7, and we always sleep with one eye open. This is me realizing that my kids' clothes are still wet because my oldest son took them out of the dryer too soon so that he could put his clothes in the dryer. So my son decided to give me another task. I mean, these pants are it's probably time for them to just go, but he wants me to sew them. So I'm gonna sew them. I think that's the only part. Oh, a little bit right here too, but I think I'm gonna leave that. Oh, right here too. Yeah, these pants are done. I don't know why he even wants me to sew them, but I'm gonna sew them. Wish me luck. Hopefully he likes what I do with these.
Drive the Julies and these where the teaspoons are. Is it just me? Okay. I think it's cinnamon. It'd be hard to overdo.
Okay, well, it's not perfect, but.
All together. This recipe is coming from a website called thecreativemom.com. I will leave it linked in the description box below. But another optional ingredient was some.
Now the door did break on this, and I was trying to take the door off so that at least it looked the same on both sides, but I can't seem to get this one off. Yeah, I can't fix it. So when my husband gets home, I'm gonna ask him to just take the door off. It doesn't look too bad. Eventually I do want to get rid of this thing because it has done its purpose, it has done its job, and now it's time to get rid of it, but I need it for now.
Staring at the ceiling, lost in regret. Holding out for your love with your ring in my hand. Driving through the memories of when I first left. Picking up the pieces, hoping we ain't done yet.
It's time to go get the kids! Yay! Just kidding, I'm actually excited to see them. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get the kids, and I'll see you guys when I get back. It's hot out there, and I have no air conditioning. Normally, nothing, Emily. Normally I wouldn't continue working after my kids get home, but I'm almost done and I don't want to stop. So I'm just gonna continue where I left off.
Honey, when we're older, you and I will love all that will be. Looking back and seeing everything we've done in every piece. Day after day, year after year, I'll choose you, I'll never lose you, 'cause we'll be here. Every year that passes, our love grows deep. Taking all our chances on you and on me. I'll take every season, the highs and the lows.
So I just have this need to mention this, and I don't mean to get all mushy or anything, but as a busy mom and as busy as I get, as much as I do, I truly love this job. I love being a mom. My kids are the most special thing that God has ever given me. They bring me so much joy and happiness, and sometimes I do get overwhelmed, yes. And sometimes they drive me crazy because I'm constantly cleaning up after them, even things that I just cleaned. But at the end of the day, when I say goodnight, I look forward to seeing them in the morning. Even if I'm in this vicious circle of a cleaning whirlwind, I feel like a super mom, and I rescue them daily, and I know that they appreciate everything that I do, even if they don't tell me. So if you're ever in those moments of feeling like you do so much but nothing ever gets done, or things don't stay cleaned, you're not alone. You are just going to have those days. Just keep looking forward. One day it's all going to click, and you're going to feel blessed to have this busy life and look forward to the good days. Stay strong, Mama. No, you're not allowed inside. I just cleaned the entire house. You're not allowed in here. You have to go away. Well, it's not perfect, but I wasn't really looking for perfection because I do plan on deep cleaning these floors anyway. So I just wanted to get the top layer off just to get it out of my head that I cleaned the floors. But I gotta get started on dinner now, and we're gonna be making Salisbury steak. the onion away. Get away from the onions.
Yes.
You can hand them to me and then I'll put them in the pan, okay?
Never touch the pan. These patties. When I watch, they don't do it. I separated how we usually. Since they're getting crispy, I can't wait to eat. I'm gonna put the butter in. That looks good.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks so loud.
It looks loud?
It's loud.
You're naming all of the Salisbury steaks?
Yeah. Mom, Dad, brother, sister, baby.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start putting these patties back inside.
Put the mushroom?
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not gonna get any mushrooms, I promise. Okay?
Okay. I'm telling you, that's really, really good.
It's really good? Yeah?
You gonna try putting all 10?
I'm gonna try.
Try.
Oh, is it gonna fit?
Oh, it's fitting.
We gotta get it to fit in there.
It looks good.
Looks good?
Yeah.
Well, dinner was a hit and everybody enjoyed it. My husband even took a double portion to work the next day and he ate it all. So I'm really looking forward to making this again, but maybe I want to try a gluten-free version next time. Sounds interesting. But anyway, I'm sorry I don't have an official outro for you guys today. I had to tap out. I was exhausted to say the least. It was an extremely long day. So after dinner, my husband helped me clean up the kitchen and I did the dishes. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you feel inspired and motivated in some way. Is everybody happy?
Yeah.
Okay. I tried to add some humor to it because sometimes we just need to be a little silly while doing the most mundane jobs. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.